Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh man, how's it going? Hope you guys can't hear the fan going in the background. Okay, what's up, my friends? Welcome to the weekly sip. Get all your coffees ready, guys. Sippers, get in, sippers. Oh, I think I actually unironically have carpal tunnel. My right wrist and hand and forearm are fucked. And like I could take a break from the computer and from writing for like a day or two and just like kind of lie, like leave my hand alone, and it doesn't really help it that much. I might just be fucked. R.I.P. Stug for $5. Hi, Dev. You and Sargon drove me insane on Tuesday. Have $5. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The Minecraft server's up, Steinox. In fact, I'll probably I'll probably show it to you in a minute. So just do a vertical mouse. What the fuck's a vertical mouse? Chill with the spicy anime. The Pierre Polyev clip. There's been like two that I retweeted. There was one where Polyev was getting heckled, and then there was one where Polyev and Trudeau were going back and forth in Parliament. Welcome to a lifetime of drugs. No, I don't want to be Dr. House taking Vicodin constantly. It's okay, Rock. Thanks for looking. A vertical mouse. Let me look. What the fuck's a vertical mouse? A Logitech MX vertical ergonomic mouse. It's wire. Oh, you hold like a sandwich. What a weird design. I can't game with that. Though I guess I can just keep my gaming mouse for when I do game, and I can like have that for when I'm working, right? I guess that's a possibility. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's what I'll do, dude. It's very practical. Okay. Gotten around to the DMs yet? No, not yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will get around to them eventually. Speaking of Adam and Sitch, is Sammy here? I got Sammy's package. I should open it, but I want to do it when she's here. Highly and Juggalo, $5. I'm appreciating the distinct lack of state mandated logo so far this month. It means we're winning. It's not state mandated, but I get it. Yeah, it seems like the pride cringe is like calming the fuck down, you know? Hey, Sammy. Maybe I should make Sammy a mod. Oh yeah, so the Minecraft server's back, and yeah, someone built a lag machine on it. It was down for 2 days. I fixed it. It's okay. I just banned the person who did it. It's not a big deal. If someone does it again, I'll do it again. Coffee's good. Oh. Rift person. Almost 2 years. Oh, I can't wait to see what torture you put Dave through after Gollum. Oh boy. Are you and Sitch and Adam doing a part 3 of Marvin Yarvin? Yes, we are. We are doing a part 3 of Marvin Yarvin. You're not a villain, Sammy. You're just fine. Don't worry. But yeah, Naomi was like, Devin, you need to like get a cushy thing for your wrist, and you need to get like wristbands. And I use the wristbands. Like the wristbands, they're like wrist braces for carpal tunnel. They kind of help sometimes, but it's like an on and off fix, you know. I will see if I can get like an ergonomic mouse though. It does sound like a good idea. I do have I like my gaming mouse, but I'll only use it for gaming. When I'm researching it or writing, I'll use my other mouse because I feel like the ergonomic mice are not going to be a good gaming mice. Yarvin with the Marvin. Hey Dev, do you think there's been more of an open discussion of people being against Pride Month? Oh yeah, things are definitely on the swing back, and people are losing it. And that's one thing we should talk about. In fact, I should get a boob mouse pad. Okay. Well, anyway, Sammy, if you do want a mod job, you can have it, but you don't have to. It's okay. I had to pay you to play My House. The fuck is My House, Highland Juggalo? My House? Okay, let's get right to it, because I have a couple hours to do this, and we have many things to do. So, please consider supporting the channel. Toss a coin to your Twitcher. I'm not even on Twitch right now. Fuck, it doesn't even work. All right, $5 recurring tip through Patreon, Subscribestar, YouTube memberships, and the Twitch sub button gets you into the D Club and Discord. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch sub, so toss it my way anyway. I still get the $5. And this address on screen is what you can send a box of stuff to me, and I'll open it on the stream, which is what I'm doing right now. Just what I'm doing right now. So there's actually multiple things to do here. Real quick. Sip that coffee, guys. Oh, by the way, so I went through the first heat wave of the year. It was like 38 degrees Celsius at its peak. It fucking sucked. And now we have forest fires just outside the city. So the city's being covered in smoke. There's it's 24 Celsius, which is not bad. It's a pretty decent little temperature. It's not too hot. But smoke, dude, smoke. Fucking smoke blowing in. Constantly coughing, can't see shit. Lives in Dev's walls, $5. Thanks. If your wrists are hurting, I found some spares in here. Some of them are bound to fit. Yeah. Thanks, pal. Welcome to California, Dev. No. Okay, give me a second here. Was it the one started by female fighter fighters? No, that was out in Alberta. I'm in Ontario. Okay. First things first. The Minecraft server is back, guys. He's here. Yeah. The server's back up and running. What have you guys done since I last looked at it? Looks like the city is like expanding nicely. Someone built a cathedral here. Oh, it's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, guys. Yeah. So, we do have a Minecraft server back. It is up and running once again. What's going on here? Some donations of glass plants and other aquatic life to join our friend. He's kind of lonely down there. Oh. There's like a little aquarium here. So yeah, guys. The trucker video display is still going. Oh. You guys really are building this place up, like, quite a bit. So, if you want to play on the server, it is open for all to play on. And yes, now that this server is up and running, the next thing to do will be to get... This is just a sewer. Okay. The next thing to do will be to get up a Team Fortress 2 server. That's next. So you said docks, eh? This is Zontar's Canal. Don't swim in the sewage. I peed in the water. Oh, okay. So where's the docks? Over here? Pretty awesome. Like, you actually are making the town look quite nice, you know? Oh my god, here's a big cathedral. Okay, this one has to be Revenant Fox's. Because that's the sort of thing he would build, is this. Yeah, this looks like a Revenant Fox build. Yeah, you guys are really making the... Oh, and look at this. Jesus. You guys are going ham with the builds. Man. SFO. I think this is the end of the spawn area here now. Still, that's crazy. You guys have done quite a bit. Like, it's pretty incredible. Of course, this says, devs send nudes. Neat. So yes, the server is open for anyone to play on. The details are in the Discord. Come hop in. Why not? Good job, guys. You know, I always have like a soft spot for Minecraft just because I played a bunch of it when I was younger, you know? I know at this point it's like a 15-year-old game, but still. I think it'll always have a soft spot in my heart. Yeah. Maybe I'll rebuild Trump Tower from the last game. We'll see. Or from the last server. Yeah. What are you doing down there, dude? Like, what's in here? Oh. What the? Why am I going down here? Oh. 2 Iron Cross. Oh, you guys have, like, made a subway. Cool. Really neat. God damn it. Can I even... That must have taken a lot of gold to do this. Like, damn. I always had a thing for subway stations, too. Like, when I played a lot of Minecraft when I was younger... Oh, can I just hop in? Okay, let's go. Oop. Oop. Oh. You know what? Maybe I could increase the max speed of the minecarts. Oh, it's all backed up. Shit, how do I get out? Okay. Maybe I should increase the max speed of the minecart so it's actually, like, going, you know? Oh, well, here we are. Yeah, see, I always had like a... I always loved the idea of building a working subway system in Minecraft. Man. I don't want to take over your project, though. Much fun as it is. Also, I probably just don't have enough time right now. Oh. But yeah. The server's open to everyone. So if you feel like Minecrafting, come play. Let's get out of here, though. Let's do something else for now. Oh. Hold on a second. Something's wrong with my... Oh, okay, no, never mind. Sorry. That was a weird mistake in my computer for a second. I wish Minecraft could still hold my attention like it used to. Used to have so much fun with it that I now find myself unable to. Yeah, I'm kind of at that point too. Like sometimes big builds will hold my interest, but like I played so much. It's kind of like World of Warcraft, where I played so much Minecraft and so much World of Warcraft, I can't really play it again. Like if I take like 5 year break and come back, I can enjoy a bit of nostalgia, but it gets old, you know. But yeah, the the server's open to anyone, so consider playing if you feel like Minecrafting. And yes, Team Fortress 2 server is also on the way. Let me clear off all these crumbs, goddammit. Okay, hold on. Okay. Next up. I should add some mods, maybe. I've added a few mods. I added the Terralith mod. Let's see here. So I got this package with a Hello Kitty sitch on it. Open from top, it says. You guys can't see that, can you? Open from top. Also, it says 2004 on it. Why 2004? Here. Got the trusty green knife. Chud is Chud Logic. He's a good guy. Let's open it up. Yeah, it says 2004. Look. 2004. Let's keep looking. It's a time capsule. Open it from the side. Be ungovernable. I can't open. Oh, I just stabbed something. Uh-oh. Let's see. Hopefully that'll be okay. Okay. There we go. There's a weird smell. Hold on. There's a weird smell in there. Look at it, though. It's like an American flag. Yeah, it's a little American flag. Okay. Oh, there's a little pole, too. Hold on, can I can't. It's like stuck to... Hold on. Wait, can I... Yeah, there's a pole. Oh, say, can you see? Someone sent Dev Anthrax. That's just a Florida smell. It's the DeSantis smell, guys. There we go. See? Yeah. Little flag. I can, like, wave it. Neat. Little pole fits in the little flag. I'll stick this somewhere for sure. Let's put this over here for now. What else is in here? Oh my god, this is alligator jerky. I'm pretty sure. Buffalo Bob's. Alligator, beef, pork, salt, spices, brown sugar, molasses, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, celery powder. There's 3 pieces of alligator jerky in here. I gotta try it. How do I open it up? With the knife. Wait, hold on. What are the flavors? What are the flavors? Hold on. Cajun style, barbecue, and just regular. You know, I'll try the just regular stuff. I'll just try the just regular stuff. It's jerky from 2004. Hold on, can I even open it? It's so sealed. Like, it's like vacuumed. Come on. Yeah, sorry, like I'm used to the dollar meat store. I don't know what's going on, right? Oh, it's very slippery. See? There it is. Let's try it out. Ow. Yeah. I can't taste any alligator. Someone in the chat said it's like a meat alloy. Yeah. It basically is meat alloy because it's all the different meats put together. I just taste all the meats. The actual taste of alligator isn't really prevalent. It's good, though. It's good, though. Okay, what is this? What's all the stuff that you've sent? There's a letter. Let's see. With a ninja as a sticker. Let's see the letter. Here we go. Thank you, Dev, for all the content you make. It's a real treat for me to have a variety of different streamers and YouTubers to listen to in the background as I work at my job. I really appreciate the time and thought you put into your content. While I don't 100% agree with all your takes, it's still nice to listen to nonetheless. Keep up the hard work. I also heard you're a big Sitch and Adam fan, so I decided to hook you up with the highly acclaimed and quality merch that I had. Please treat them kindly, Sammy G. Also, it's like Pikachu stationery. Look at that. Well, thanks very much, Sammy. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, it's Spanish. I can't read that. Te escuche hablando español. Practica un poco. This is how I should learn Spanish, right? Yeah, this is like a Spanish language book. There are no Spanish people in Canada. Thank you, though. Yeah, let's see what else is in here. Oh. These are like... Oh, look at that. It's like Japanese Kit Kats in this little bag. That's really neat. Okay, let's try one. Let's pull it out. I have no clue what this is, but maybe it'll be good. Let's have a bite. Oh, it looks like it's white chocolate. Look at that. White chocolate, dude. White chocolate wafer? Can you? Yeah. That's very strange. Also, it's melty. Because it's so warm. It's like... It tastes like white chocolate mixed with flowers. I don't know. There's something going on here. I gotta think about that for a bit. That's neat, though. Look at all the little goodies in there. That's really cool. What's this stuff? What's this stuff? Great healthy add-ins to a coffee. You have lots of Pikachu stuff, Sammy. These are coffee add-ins. Can I somehow get this off? Okay. Vital proteins, collagen peptides, unflavored dietary supplement. So, you want me to add this like protein powder to my coffee? Okay. What else? Oh, American pens. Oh, I dropped them. America. Cool. What else? Oh, noodles. Yep. They're Hello Kitty dry noodles. Looks like a ramen pack. Cooking instruction. Bring at least 4 cups of water to a rolling boil. Add noodles and cook for 3 minutes. Drain noodles. Add sauce. Yep. It is a Hello Kitty. There's a Hello Kitty noodle pack. Cool. Hold on, I gotta have some coffee. What else is in here? Let's grab this thing. Because I know you can't get enough of Sitch and Adam, lol. Check out my doodles. You're sending me Sitch and Adam merch. See, it's Sitch and Adam. Okay. Thanks. I gotta get some merch of my own at some point. Oh, I've seen this one around before on Twitter. This is like girl Sitch, right? That's fem Sitch. This is Sitch post-transition. Oh. Yeah. And then here's like Bishy Sitch. Hey, now it's your boy PSA Sitch. And then, of course, the Hello Kitty. You said, this is a sticker, by the way. That's awesome. Oh. S-Class is best class on a bookmark. That's neat. Yep, same thing. Bookmarks. Sitch bookmarks. Would people actually buy, like, Dev merch? Would you want to buy, like, a Dev coffee cup? What's this? Oh. Please be gentle with them. Ooh, ooh. This is, of course, the plushes. Yeah. There's the Adam plush. With bye-bye on there. The Adam plush. And then here is the Sitch plush. With hey now. Oh, that's great. You guys want a Dev plush? Wait, hold on. I think this is just more stuffing. Yep. Okay. So the only thing left is this big bundle on the side. Oh, I think that's it. Oh, no, there's something else. There's something else. Okay. Hold on. I gotta find a way to put somewhere. I gotta find a place to put all this stuff. Okay. For the weekly sips, it says. Make the plushies kiss. Okay. There we go. Oh, Adam. Oh, Sitch. There you go. I did it, chat. Needs a doomer. Okay. Where'd my knife go? It's like underneath all the stuff. Okay, hold on. I can't. Come on. Would you want like Dave and Naomi plushies as well? I know most people don't watch the gaming stream. Okay. Let's keep. Aren't Adam and such a couple? Isn't Adam married? Doesn't Adam have a wife? This isn't opening. Like, come on, man. Femboy Dev body pillow. You want a body pillow of short, flat otaku? Okay. The Starbucks Been There series. Let's see. You did it. You officially checked a place off that you wanted to visit off the list. This exclusive mug now serves as your own personal keepsake. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, look, it's a Florida mug. Starbucks Florida mug. Look at this. Florida. The Sunshine State. Cheers. Well, thanks very much. Let's put that back in there in case something happens to it. There we go. It is a cool mug. All right, what's the last thing? It's a bundle of papers. All right. Please don't read or share on stream. Oh, this is top secret. It's top secret, guys. This is kind of top secret. What? Hold on. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Is there a funny smelling powder in the papers? It's the Krabby Patty secret formula. That's what it is. Look at this. This is like an American themed like clip to hold the paper together. Look at that. Yeah, there's some secret information in here. Yeah, there is. I see. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just hold on to it. And I'll look at it later. Shit, where'd that clip go? It like bounced away. There's so much stuff on my desk now. I'll just shove it over here for now. So is this jerky all mine? Do I got to give it to Naomi or Dave? I have another bite. That's pretty good. Release the Ukraine versus Russia war map. That's what she sent me, guys. Okay. Well, thanks very much, Sammy. That was a lot of stuff. That was a lot of stuff. Thank you. Yes, I'm a fat guy, I know. Listen, any of you who watch the gaming stream, you know exactly how fat I am. I'm pretty fat. Okay. So thanks very much, Sammy. That was awesome. I always appreciate whenever I get packages. Now there's too much stuff. I can't move my mouse. Anyway, guys, that was awesome. If everyone could stop feeding Dev, that would be great. Dev fat, Dev fat. I've gotten thinner? Not really. I don't feel it. Here. Make sure to post your Dev fat emotes if you're a member. And make sure to become a member so that you can have Dev fat emotes. That's like my most fun. That's like my most fun emote, I think, is just the fat Dev. I'm the guy who was beefing you on Twitter earlier today. That could be one of any different people, dude. Okay, listen. How did you guys like yesterday's Tubcast? I know there's a lot of angry people who did not like the fact that I wasn't just giving Trump a blowjob for 3 hours. You know what I mean? I do think that Trump was probably not. Trump does seem to be guilty, but then the question becomes like, how come they're focusing so much on him to find something that he's guilty of and not doing this for everyone else? That's a reasonable question, but nonetheless, people got very like. There are some people who were just like. There was one guy in the chat. I ended up banning him. He was just saying shit like, "I don't care about the truth. The only thing that matters is power. Trump's our guy, and if he's actually guilty, he should be let off. We should jail all of our opponents, and you should just make exceptions for people like Trump." And I'm just like, you're a retard. I don't watch the Lilith and Simp show. Well, Safety Zoom, fuck you. Okay, just out of curiosity, guys, those of you who don't like Lilith, is it because of her politics, or is it because of like the fact that she's trans, or is it because she has like a weird voice? Like, how do you guys feel about it? You banned a silly troll. This guy was actually serious. And here's the thing: he was going on the entire fucking stream. It wasn't like a one-time troll. I was like, I've had enough of you. Yeah, they're also bad, Good Emperor. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious here. Her voice, her politics, her voice, her voice, her voice. See, I figured it was mostly her voice, yeah, because she does have like a strange voice. That's for sure. It's his politics. Jesus Christ, dude. It's your fucking politics. Oh yeah, Lilith does double down on dumb takes sometimes. We argue all the time, but like it's one like if you don't like someone's politics and therefore you don't want to hear them. That's one thing, but like the voice is something that she can't really control. So I don't judge her for that because she can't change it. You know, she can't change it. They're like you can you're responsible for your views. You're not necessarily responsible for like how you look or how you sound. You kind of are, but you kind of aren't. You know, like some of that shit is just out of your control. So I try not to like be hard on people. You know what I mean? Just a cute voice. How do you get used to her voice? But I like her. You double down on dumb takes too? No, I don't. I double down. I double down when my takes are correct and people are mad about them. Yes. Like I know she like Lilith's also the kind of person that gives like knee jerk takes sometimes, and they're very clearly like she's emotionally reacting, and then she doesn't like afterwards she's like okay no that makes sense, but like the like by the way that's what makes her more woman than anything else is the fact that she just emotionally reacts. Like the the take I had a few months ago regarding conversion therapy, right? Where I was like, if conversion therapy worked, it would be moral to let people do it, and it would be immoral to stop them if they wanted to. You know, that got a bunch of progressives angry, and Lilith was angry for like 5 minutes, and then she's like, oh okay, like she understood, right? The real question is like, if you could cure gayness or transness, do you have a moral obligation to do so? That's a spicy question, right? I mean, there probably is, some platonic ideal of what a person should be, right? And part of that probably is straight, you know, and white and male and Christian and a Trump voter, obviously, right? Okay, actually though, I don't know if you could actually like, I don't know if you could I don't know if it would be moral to forcibly cure if the cure worked. I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be. Wait, Pippa's actually a femboy, really? That'd be funny as fuck. Hold on. So Dracus says that the person's consent is paramount. No, and Daniel says yes. We should cure them. I don't know. I feel like if they didn't want to be cured, they shouldn't be. It's like if someone refuses treatment for for cancer, we don't force it on them, right? So all right, here before we move on to the news articles that I've got lined up. You want? Oh, actually I have something else. The Tap is pretty cute too. Yeah, man. There was like one, very anti-trans YouTuber who was debating Taftag and like going hard on the anti-trans shit. And meanwhile, this guy was like DMing Taftag and like trying to get in her pants. I was like, okay, dude, it's really funny. Before we get going, I should probably cover one more thing first. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Okay. Yeah, there's something I just want to talk about a little bit that I've noticed. I've talked about it before, but let's just indulge old Dev for a minute, okay? Okay. So I posted this recently, all right? I took a peek at my normie Facebook. Yeah, I have like a Facebook for SFO, and I have my normie Facebook where like old people from high school are still like friended on there, right? Or like people I used to know, right? Um, the most diehard socialist-leaning, rich-hating, wealth redistributors I know are posting about how annoying trans issues are and how they'll vote conservative if it means not having to see pride flags everywhere and hear that they're bigoted. So I wanted to explain this. There's a bunch of guys that I knew from high school that they're still hanging around on the old normie Facebook that I don't use anymore, right? But I have probably, to be honest, probably an unhealthy habit of once every few months going back to see what those guys are doing, you know? I don't like sit here and like obsessively scroll over it or anything, but like once every few months I'll get curious, like, oh, I wonder what those guys that I knew 15 years ago are still doing, you know? Like that, I knew them back when I was 16 or whatever. What are they still doing? And I go back and I'll like check out their feeds, and like they were for the longest time they were doing like the wear orange for like the native day in Canada. I don't know if you guys knew this. There was like a social justice thing where like people wore orange in remembrance of like natives that lost their lives and lost their land during colonialism. It was cringe as fuck. Everyone in Canada had like orange avatars. Like, you've seen people change their avatars with like flags whenever like a disaster happens or something. Everyone in Canada was doing the orange avatar for native stuff. Well, these are guys who had like they had like native avatar, like orange avatars. Are talking about how like they can't have Pride in Canada Day anymore because Canada's been colonizing the natives and how terrible it is. They talk about like sexism. They talk about like they talk about like how the rich keep like just getting richer and the government lets them do it, and there's like no help for the working man. However, all of these people who have all of these normal lefty takes, when it comes to the trans question, they're all of them are like anti-trans. They're all anti-trans. And it's because like they don't like seeing the rainbow colored flags fucking constantly everywhere on like every shop in like in front of every door. Now here's the thing. They live back in my hometown. And that shit, there's like one rainbow flag hanging in town, like in front of the town hall. Most businesses don't do that shit. But whenever they go to the big city, they complain about it and they suck. They hate it. They hate being called bigots. They hate seeing that shit being piped into their TV through like through their living room. Like basically, these people who are left leaning on every other issue, they're going anti-trans, and they're not going anti-trans because they hate trans people. They're going anti-trans because they hate how it's pushed on them. And when you have like normie lefties, like people who are offline and they're not plugged into to the zeitgeist at all, and even these people, like your normal like the normal working class guy who would vote for a communist party if given the opportunity, right? Like very union oriented, very like worker oriented. Just wants the best for his him and his family in the lower class, even though of course communists won't give it to him. But you know what I mean? Like they would vote this way. Even these people are going like anti-trans. it's fucking wild. And like I just started laughing like, "Oh my god. Oh my god, dude." It's kind of nuts, dude. It's kind of nuts. Now, this happens far less often. Maybe once a year, I'd say. Maybe I know not even once a year. Probably even less than that. I'll check out the YouTube pages of a bunch of YouTubers that I used to run with like 10 years ago, right? And I've talked about them on the channel before. I've told the story. We don't really not like unless you want to hear fucking old ancient dev lore that's boring. The TLDR is before Gamergate, before 2014, from like 2010 to 2013, SFO was a Let's Play channel. All right. And there was a bunch of small Let's Play channels. We were all under like 5,000 subs, like 1,000 subs, 2,000 subs. And we all kind of hung around together. There was like Skype groups that we hung out in and stuff. It was like a subreddit, I think. And there was this extended group of YouTubers. The biggest was probably Black Light Attack. Hold on. Yeah. And like Black Light Attack was somebody that I super looked up to. And in fact, if you go to his channel, like his channel's been dead for 10 years now, but like I'm still under the friends list. Even though he went like full like Hillary anti-Trump after 2016, I'm still on his like friends and people I don't hate list on his old dead channel, right? So he had like, out of the extended friend group, he had like 20,000 subs. And he was like the big person in our group, you know? And I mean, like, I have 130,000 subs, right? And there are so many, like Sargon has nearly 1 million. Dankula has over 1 million, right? Like, you know, JonTron has several millions. I've now like chilled with people who have way more subs, but you know, we're talking, you know, back in 2011 or whatever. This was the big dog. What happened to Black Light Attack is basically he tried to make it as a Let's Player. He had like enough success that he could have made it had he done some different things, because like his channel saw some success, like 18,000 views on like a random Let's Play episode. That's not bad, right? You know, 21,000 views. Like he was doing okay. He was doing okay. He probably could have, if he kept pushing, he probably could have made this into an actual real Let's Play situation for his channel. He could have done it, but he didn't. Yeah, and he ended up getting a job at Twitch. He moved off to San Francisco. He started working for Twitch. He ended up getting fired from Twitch. Rip. He got fired from Twitch because he has, is it narcolepsy? He basically, it's not that he doesn't sleep. He sleeps at like random times. His sleep cycle isn't like properly synced, so he always has to like sleep later and later every day. And so he couldn't make it into the office. He couldn't hold down a steady job. So he basically he was at Twitch. He was there for a couple of years. He got fired from Twitch. He moved to Vancouver, tried to make it as a streamer. That didn't work out. He moved back to his parents' place. As far as I know now, he lives with his brother, I think. But the point is that like he was a very good Let's Player, and he could have made it had he just kept pushing, but he didn't, right? And he was the guy that we all kind of looked up to. So maybe like, you know, once a year or so, I'll go back in time a bit just to relive some old memories of people that I used to know, you know, and I'll see how they're doing, because of that entire extended group of people. Why are you doxing them? Like, I don't want to just sit here and toot my own horn like I'm some sort of big shot, because I'm not. I have 130,000 subs. That's not very much, right? That's not very much at all. It's not small, but it's not big, you know. But basically, of that entire group of people, I'm the only person who actually got anywhere close to making it, you know. Like, we're doing okay over here. Like, I managed to hire Dave full time. We have like a couple part-time employees. Like of our entire group, I'm the most successful. It's simple as that. And I'm not sitting here talking like I'm a paragon of success. It's just that I'm the guy who made it, you know? Hire him, he'll be amazing. I don't know about that, dude. And you know, I've gone back to like look at the other channels that are related to all of us, and they have like, let me just see here. One of them's got 37,000 subs, so not doing so bad. But I mean, how many views per video? Like 800, 700. Okay. Same thing. 20,000, 300 views. 17,000, and then like 77 views, 14 views. You know what I mean? like, like, 100,000 views, 14 views. You know what I mean? Like, 100,000 views, 14 views. You know what I mean? Like, 100,000 views, 14 views. You know what I mean? Like, 100,000 views, 14 views. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I should how I should parse this, guys. I don't know how to feel about this. It's very shallow to talk about numbers, isn't it? To like pull up just graphs and laugh like about your own success or someone else's failure. It seems shallow. But at the same time, I was the guy that they all cut off in the end because I didn't radicalize after 2016. You know what I mean? They all went extremely far left after 2016. Trump basically mind fucked them. And they haven't recovered since. It's been 7 fucking years and they haven't recovered since, right? And because I remained like solidly in the center, I was the Nazi and I was cut off. And so now I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. What does this have to do with the news? Fuck you, Tidge. I don't know how to feel about it, you know? Like, it seems shallow to be like, haha, I actually have an audience and you guys didn't go anywhere. You guys have been doing this for 10 fucking years and you haven't gone anywhere. That seems very shallow, doesn't it? But at the same time, like, if we had remained friends, I would have kept crossing over with them. I would have tried to bump their numbers up, you know? Like, these guys are the same size as Kibbs. I hang out with Kibbs. I don't care about size, you know? Lilith certainly has no presence on YouTube. I'll still hang out with her. I don't care, right? You know, Arch's main channel is bigger than mine, but the Archcast isn't. I'll still hang out with Arch, right? Before Scrump and Oozlu did the old backstabbery and they revealed that, you know, we weren't actually friends. When I thought we were friends, I would hang out with them. You know, size didn't matter. I'd even like I'd hang out with Discordia or Rose of Dawn, but they're never around, you know? So like there's I don't know. It's okay to feel good about yourself for your success. Yeah, fair enough, right? Fair enough. It's just very strange. It's very strange that like a narrative has generated in that old friend group that I'm the one who didn't make it and that it's such cope that I'm the one who didn't make it and that they're and that I turned into like a Nazi or something, right? In 2016, your sister actually believed Sargon was a Nazi. It's insane, right? It's insane. Anyway, here's why I'm talking about this, okay? This is old lore, 10 years old lore. Here's why I'm bringing this up now. Because old devs trolling at the same time as my took a peek at my normie Facebook post happened, I decided to troll a little bit, okay? Because sometimes I like to troll. Okay. So yeah, this is some random leftoid account wishing all the homophobes a super uncomfortable month. And I just posted, no, companies aren't putting up pride icons this year. This is a heckin' genocide. Because, why not? Like, I feel like this Pride Month is going to be absolutely fucked. Like, it's going to be absolutely fucked for the progressives. They're going to be losing it because people are just done with their shit. They're done with their nonsense. Okay? They're fucking done with it. Which one was this again? Oh, right. I used Chud Logic's Soy Nod on one of them. Like, this is one of the small channels that I ran with 10 years ago. They decided to do a pride flag on their own like logo for their tiny channel, and I'm just like, yes, virtue signaling. Thank you very much, Chud Logic. Thank you very much, Chud Logic, for the soy nod. It is probably one of the best soy jacks I've seen. You know what I mean? Are we calling it June again? Yeah. Okay, so this was like the centerpiece, though. Okay. This was probably the smallest channel in the old group. I'm blocked by them, by the way. I'm blocked. Like they blocked me for this. All right. Yeah, I have to go into incognito mode. Yep. They just posted zero tolerance for transphobia and slurs, right? And I was like, this is stupid, isn't it? Like, you guys, like, they're the same size they were 10 years ago, doing the same damn thing, and they're virtue signaling, and it's still not working for them. And like I said, I don't usually bring up size. There's a reason why I'm bringing up size this time, okay? So, yeah, a bunch of people decided to like troll because of course they did. Because of course they did, right? Lots of trolling. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the trolling, guys. But yeah, I didn't even troll them. I just did this. I posted this. For those of you who don't know, this character's a boy. All right? This character is a boy giving the camera a smug smile because he knows that you think that he's a girl. This is, you know, one of the first anime traps, aside from like Astolfo, was this character. So, simply because this person said, no slurs or transphobia, I posted a trap. I posted a smug trap. That was it. That was all I did. All right? Yeah, femboy. Yes. Of course, I got blocked for it, right? Like, look at this. Dev's first language in anime girl memes from 2011. Girl, I fucking hate you sometimes, Dev. No, I don't want you to attack them online. I'm just fucking around, right? Basically, I rediscovered some of these old people from my past. I decided to post one fucking image as like a little, as a jab, as a troll, you know, goofing around, as a fucking goof, all right? It's a goof. And I want you to know, I want you to see what their reply was, okay? I want you to see what their reply was, because it's a bit unhinged, all right? It's a little bit unhinged, just a little. Where is it? 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 Okay, here's the unhinged reply, at least slightly unhinged. Why is a month-old tweet condemning transphobia and slurs suddenly getting interaction out of the blue? Oh, a Let's Player who couldn't cut it and went full Gamergate years ago is apparently trawling my old tweets because he's mad we aren't friends. Big time loser energy. Obviously, if you see him, do not interact. He isn't worth your or anyone's time or energy, especially in this embarrassing fucking state for a guy his age. I literally just posted a smug anime trap. That's it. I did nothing else. I did nothing else. And this is the thing. As like I said, I don't usually talk about numbers. I don't usually talk about subs or views. Not my style. All right? But this guy immediately goes, I couldn't cut it when his channel has hovered in the 10,000 sub range for 10 years and he gets like 100 views a video. And I'm the guy who couldn't cut it. Like, this is why I don't really care about size of channels or anything like that. Like, I don't give a shit. But this is why I brought it up, because it's very clearly on this guy's mind. Every single time that I reappear, every single time that like he notices something that I've said, or like I'll make a joke at his expense, he always says that I'm the failure, that I couldn't cut it, that I didn't make it on YouTube. And I'm like, what? Like, just from an objective standpoint, how could you possibly say that? Like I said, I'm not huge. I mean, I'm fat, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not like a huge channel, but Like, I'm doing okay for myself. These people don't live off their channels. I do. That seems to be the barrier between cutting it and not cutting it, is living off your channels. Numbers posting is okay when someone starts it, maybe. The bro is doing some decolonized math on the sub numbers. So here's the thing. This is actually kind of interesting because Wonderful Galaxy, I know even though Galaxy is like always a constant troll, he actually points out one interesting dynamic, right? He says, you didn't make it as a gamer YouTuber. That's true, actually. That's true, you know? Whenever I do gaming content on my channel, by the way, you should watch my gaming streams, guys. All 430 of you should watch my gaming streams. But listen, I get way less views, right? Like for Weekly Sips or Tubcast, I'll get 200 viewers, 500 viewers, sometimes 1,000 viewers. You know, for election streams, I've had like 5,000 viewers for like a big time stream. When I do gaming content, I get like 30, 50, sometimes 100, right? Clearly, it's not the same level of popularity, right? And you should watch it, by the way. So there is actually an argument, like, I saw this argument articulated better, not by this idiot, because he's a fucking retard, but like, I saw it articulated better. It might have been by one of the breadtubers. I don't know if it was by Jangles. I don't think it was by Jangles. It was one of the breadtubers who isn't really active anymore. A couple years ago, and he said something like, it might have been Sean and Jen. Maybe H. I don't fucking remember. Okay, listen. The point I'm saying is, they made the criticism of me that I couldn't make it as a Let's Player or a streamer, so I became a political YouTuber. And there's probably some truth to that because my gaming streams have never been as popular as my political streams, right? There are some people who like have built gaming audiences, and when they go stream just video games, they get 500 people, 1,000 people, 5,000 people, 10,000 people. Like, they have huge audiences, and all they do is game, right? I didn't become one of those. I became a political YouTuber, and on some level, it is because I was doing anime videos like in 2009. They didn't work out. I was making Let's Plays. I had like a little bit of success, but not really. And then when Gamergate came around, I made a Gamergate video with the other people on the channel, and it blew up. And I made a second one, and it blew up, right? And that continued on. You know what I mean? Become the Knight says, Dev, you being successful in commentary is way better than having a successful gaming channel. I'm willing to bet you're more fulfilled because of it. Maybe I am. So here's what I've been thinking about. Yeah. Jen. Okay, so you want to know the Sean and Jen deep lore? All right. So everyone thought that Sean and Jen was like a couple's channel, and Sean certainly presented it that way, but they never were. They were never a couple. They were always roommates. It turned out that Jen moved away. Jen took the Twitch channel, and Jen was a lesbian, and Sean was just simping for this girl and building a platform that she could use for like 2 years, presumably under the hope that they would get together, and they never did. No, Vague posted about Sean being a weird, toxic asshole. Of course he fucking is. Okay, listen. Here's. Hold on. Dev, it's literally true. You constantly go on about how you used to do anime reviews and gaming. It's literally because those failed that you turned to politics. That's fine. Own it and shut up. Here's the thing, man. I don't constantly go on about it. I go on like once every few months about it, maybe like once a year or so about it. Like, not that often. Often enough that people have heard it before, but not constant, right? The issue is ultimately is that in an alternate universe where my gaming channel took off and my politics stuff didn't, I'd still probably do the politics stuff. And I think that's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference, right? Oh, she was a lesbian to Sean? Oh, okay. That's the situation, eh? Okay. Yeah, so like, I still do my gaming content to the smaller audience because I enjoy it. And that's the more important thing, is that I like to do it. It makes me feel good when I do it. Same with the politics stuff. Like I make the politics videos because they make me feel good. The money's nice, of course, but it makes me feel good. In an alternate universe where it was my politics that got like 50 viewers and the gaming stuff got like 1,000 viewers instead of the inverse, I think I'd still do both politics and gaming. I think that's how it would be. Because I like them both. I genuinely like both of them, you know? I first knew of your channel because of the Chobits review that Dave did back in 2009. You can tell that Dev has fallen out of anime. Here's the thing, Attacked. I actually really like anime. I just have no time anymore. I can't sit down and watch a big show anymore, man. I just have no time. Yeah. Wish I could. Wish I could. I wish I could. Dev reminds us about his gaming anime past, much as Gunnar reminds us of the musical past. Well, which world do you prefer? Your politics stuff taking off or your anime reviews? Honestly, the ideal world is when they all take off. Well, thanks very much, BB's World. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. You got to know me from EFAP. Yeah, Mahler's actually a really good guy. I like Mahler quite a bit. He's a good friend, Mahler. So here, I guess that's what I mean. That's the difference. Is that yes, I ended up focusing on politics because that's what took off and the gaming stuff didn't. Maybe that does make me a failure in some way. But also, I mean, more of a success because at least something took off compared to these other guys, right? but more importantly, though, if it were inverted, I'd be doing the exact same thing. You know, if my politics stuff were not getting traction and my gaming stuff was going gangbusters, I'd still make politics videos. And there would still be probably like gaming chatters who are like, Dev, why do you waste so much of your time making the politics videos that no one watches? And I'd be like, well, because I enjoy it. All right? Because I enjoy it. And I think that's the most important thing. Yeah. Don't let one failure define your success, Dev. Thanks, man. So, in any case, that's why I look at, you know, hold on. Yeah. That's why I look at this. And whenever this guy like resurfaces and he says and the first thing he always goes to is, one, I couldn't make it, and two, I'm Gamergate, therefore evil. Whenever I think of this, I'm just like, There's probably some truth in that. But at the end of the day, I'm still doing better than all of them. And I'm doing it my way. And I didn't have my brain melted by Trump in 2016 to get there. So, there's Dev being a bit self-indulgent. There's Dev being a bit self-indulgent, if you don't mind. Oh, one more thing. What's really funny is like, we aren't friends. There's another tweet. Where is it? There's another tweet. I don't fucking know where it is. There's a tweet saying like we never were friends. Like there's actually a narrative now in the old friend group that like, despite us all having like Skype groups and stuff and like a subreddit, that we actually never were friends to begin with. That's become like the whitewashed narrative of history, of things that happened 10 years ago. It's very strange. Like, you guys ever have that happen? Where like you were friends with someone 10 years ago and then they say we were never friends? And like it's been 10 years, so you don't really care anymore, but it's very strange to see them lie about like obviously lie about the past. It's very weird. It's very weird. Yeah, it's also that too, Safety Zoom. Like I have some connections to some very big channels now. It's quite nice. I never see anything about anime. You do or the games that you play on ones I'm interested in. No, fair enough. I understand. No, Matt, I understand. I have no friends. Tidge has no friends, RIP. Anyway, listen. Thanks for listening to my my giant ridiculous rant. Thanks for listening to my ridiculous rant. I just wanted to go on it. You know what? I'll probably go on the same rant in sometime in 2024 as well, because I go on this rant about once a year or once every 6 months or something. So, of course you're my friends. Of course you're my friends. Here, let's read the super chats before I actually get to the news, because Jesus Christ, I'm going for an hour and 16 minutes and still no news yet. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hey, Zen-chan. You did miss the Minecraft segment. So look at Zen-chan's another great example, right? Like, Zen-chan is an extremely small channel. He gets like 5 viewers or some shit, or like 10 viewers. But he's still my friend, and I'll still hang out with him. I don't care about size. You know what I mean? And he's a good guy, for the most part. Okay. Alright. Kenrick50 for $10. Thank you. What is the indefensible about all the game devs releasing when is the indefensible about all the game devs releasing apology letters lately? That is actually coming. Dave and I played Redfall, and we were playing Gollum. I'm gonna do a video on it for sure. £5 from Majestic Star Duelist. I'm here to hear you talk about Black Aragorn. Black Aragorn is not being covered today. It is going to be a video in the future. Ethan Rogers, $5. How do you fix a sleep schedule, especially for someone that works late night shifts? You're kind of fucked, dude. Like, how late? Like, if your night shift ends at like 2 a.m., you can probably just come home and go to bed. Like, but if you're working like until 6 a.m. or something, you might as well just live a night shift life. Charlie, $2. Dev, turn off your stream ads before my head explodes. They're automated, dude. Holsteiner, $5. The time has come to extract the disgusting tentacles from Hollywood and academia. Completely agree. Completely agree. Adherent to Lady Columbia, $5. I'm glad you're a romanticist, Dev. While one should always stay grounded, pursuing ideal even if it only moves one closer and not exactly to the ideal. Well, thank you very much. Yeah. To be fair, like that's kind of the trans experience, to be honest. Like, trans people are pursuing an ideal they'll never actually reach, but they do move closer to it, which is kind of important. Emperor Creatine just popped right in with $5. As much as my inner Tolkien nerd screams about the narrative choices in Shadow of Mordor and War, at least they actually got Gollum right. Gollum's so bad, dude. They're blackwashing Theoden too? Of course they fucking are. So stupid. Holtzinator for $5. I just want to live my life and let me be as loud as possible and draw as much attention to myself as possible are mutually exclusive. Completely agree. Completely agree with you, dude. That's not normalizing things. That's becoming like extraordinary, you know? And not in a good way. Quirk a Fleeg for £5. Here's a few quid for always having the best takes on the internet. Pick me take accepted. Listen. Lives in Dev's walls for $2. Lilith adds to the show. Keep her. Well, thank you. Are you playing more watch parties with Lilith and Co? I am. We're gonna see what's coming out first, though. Rock for $2. Without saying much, Pippa's IRL self is mid. Oof. Dude. Miss Sparkles, 5 months. You're my fave. You're not a failure. You're an intelligent cutie. I need to beat you for this negative talk. I sent for only you. I'm joking. Thanks very much, Miss Sparkles. Very appreciated. Holtzner, $5. I don't hate Lilith, but I think her takes lack nuance, where she doesn't have experience, while asking for a lot in return for her perspectives. Yeah, probably. Lilith has a very clear, obvious blind spot when it comes to trans issues, which I kind of expect. She's trans. Like, it makes sense, right? Become the Knight, $10. I left an intense comment on your SW and politics video from a while ago. I wanted to acknowledge now that you were correct. Star Wars was always political. I wish it wasn't the case, but Lucas confirmed it. Yep, that is true. Thank you. Thank you for the $10 too. Very appreciative. Jasso Havens, $5. Lilith is absolutely darling, but the only thing is that when it comes to LGBTQ plus issues, she kind of shuts down and doesn't entertain criticism about it. True. Here's the thing, like, Lilith and I are still friends despite all the fights we have, because that's how adults are, right? That's how adults are. It's funny, all of these fucking people who are so like from my past that I mentioned earlier, like the BLG people, and then Rick from the D-pad, all these people, Black Light Attack, they all like giga soy out over all this nonsense, right? Over like LGBT stuff and trans stuff, whatever. Like, none of them have ever sucked a fucking dick. All right? None of them have ever met a trans person. Okay, you want to know who the trans person is? Okay. Is Torvar here? I know Torvar knows these people. If Torvar's here, I want him to pop up in the chat, because Torvar has been around me for 10 years. He knows who these people were back in the day. All right? Listen. Torvar, if you're listening, Ian from BLG gave over control of his channel and Twitter account to his they-them girlfriend. And like, now she's very clearly posting from his platforms and using them for like a certain bent. And I'm like, dude, were you that desperate? Were you that desperate to get laid? What the fuck? Tidge is the secret trans. It seems like 12 not here. Rip. Oh well, I'll tell him later. Hold on, can I like DM him? Can I DM him? Okay. Alright. I'll bug Torvar later. Let's see here. How much of a dumpster fire was yesterday's stream? Was it as productive as the Barotrauma stream? Yeah, we played Barotrauma on the channel last night. It fucking went nowhere for like 2 hours because Kibbs kept crashing everything. Holtznader, $10. I came in as you were opening the package. Did I miss any important announcements? Also, I would not buy merch. That is cringe, and I have trans friends. So having your merch might be a problem. It's okay. I'll make like positive. I'll make positive merch, okay? If the overlay censors words, it's not my fault. It's just how it is. I don't know how to fix it. Holtzinator, $5. What have you thought of DeSantis' policies as of late pertaining to him being the next right-wing leader after Trump? I mean, he probably is, unless Trump destroys him. Getting laid is cringe and soy-pilled. Marriage and committed relationships are based. No simping. Based. Based. That's all the supers, guys. So, now that I mean, this is going to be a longer than average sip, obviously. Now that I've done the supers that have come in so far, let's move on to the articles, eh? Hold on, I'm going to send this, I'm going to send this to Torvar first. Dude. Ian handed over control of his Twitter and platform to Casey. It's so stupid. Dude, like, man, I love Naomi. I would never be so desperate to hang on to her that I just, like, give her my Twitter account or give her, like, what the fuck, dude? Here's my platforms, Naomi. Like, what the shit? Okay, hold on. Flamenco wants me to read a story. Here's Flamenco's. Hold on. Flamenco wants me to read this story here. The game cracking scene is filled with crazy people. There is a mini sexting game that will be happening in my community soon. Not mine, obviously. I'm reading someone else. All right. Advertisement. There's a mini sexting game that will be happening in my community soon. The person who will satisfy my sadistic desires and become my best pegging victim will get to know the name of the next game I will crack exclusively as a reward. Don't worry, just unleash your hidden slutty side for me, and I will take very good care of you. You will get addicted and will never stop begging me for more destruction. This is going to be happening in between each of my releases from now onward. The winner will be instructed to keep silent in order to keep this exclusivity and fun going. What? So the Empress community, Empress is I guess a game cracker. She's going to start pegging people in exchange for cracking games. What the fuck? Can I like show you guys this? Here, hold on. Like, look at this. The person who will satisfy my sadistic desires and become my next pegging victim will get to know the name of the next game I will crack exclusively as a reward. Dude, why can't you just crack the fucking games? Why does it gotta be this, like, pegging competition? What the fuck is that? Oh, Empress is one of 3 people who are actually able to crack Denuvo's DRM right now. Oh, so in order to, like, keep it exclusive, she's just gonna start pegging people. Oh, dude. The world is fucked. Okay? The world is fucked. These people are wild. Man, fucking... My old friends soy out because I didn't go full progressive. This is what full progressive means. If I actually did go full progressive 7 years ago, I might be getting fucking pegged. I know there's memes about it. Naomi pegging me, ha ha ha. It's not actually true. It's a joke. We all have a good laugh about it. The poor souls who are actually getting it done, though. Fuck. Pegging is wrong. I had a dude ask me to do that. I said no. So it's very strange. Like, there are people who say that, like, if a girl pegs you, you're gay, and it's like, well, is it though? It is a girl who's involved. Like, you're not like dealing with another guy, right? It doesn't need to be gay. It just needs to be weird. And if the girl's not into it, she's not into it. You know? Guy, but I poop from there. And Tom woman, not right now. You don't. No, I'm sorry, guys. Naomi doesn't actually peg me. It's all been a joke. It's all been a joke. People who love pegging are usually gay in denial. You think so? Is it gay? Yes, yes, yes. Nothing is ever going in my bum. I would never. That's gross. Okay. Okay, Rohan Jansen is more closer to my view. There is no such thing as gay or straight, only top or bottom. Exactly. Exactly. So you can get pegged and still be straight. You're just a bottom. Okay. I'm all out of coffee. I have approximately 55 minutes left. Do you have any more water? Hold on. Let me grab some water, guy. I'll be back in like a second. I'm gonna get some water. It'll only be 2 seconds or so. Water got. Ah. I'm gonna have some more of the jerky too, because it's really good. Where is it? Water and jerky, baby. I pegged you to be a straight, Dev. Thanks, Cryptic. More jerky. I don't understand why jerky is so covered in such thick packaging, you know? I don't get it. I don't understand. Dev, how much blame can you put on people for disassociating with someone that harms reputation? Like the drama with you having flamenco on. Was there drama with me having flamenco on? I don't care. I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, for me, I don't care about, like, it's kind of funny. People were bugging some of the larger YouTubers who aren't political that know me to, like, distance themselves from me over my conversion therapy take. And they were like, oh, how dare you follow this person? So what the fuck is wrong with you? Who cares? Stop being fucking nosy busybodies. You're just as bad as the conservative Christians in the 90s, you fucks. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, man. Man, you know what? Water's almost as good as coffee. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. In the middle of the stream, the D-pad guys changed their logo into a trans LGBTQ Pride Month logo. And it was like, I'm going to teach that dev a lesson. I'm going to change it. You think you're going to... It's like, all right, dude. Okay. Fuck. I you know what? I'm done. I'm done with these fucks. Okay. Let's read the last few new super chats before I get skedaddling onto the news. $5 holds there. It's not just the trans issues. Lilith says she was smart to not get into fights, which is true, but the guy did it on the subway to defend people. Fair enough. Yep. Ethan Rogers, $5. It's usually between 12 to 1 a.m. depending on the day, but I stay up later because I do Final Fantasy 14 dailies before bed, as well as showering and stuff. So here's the thing. I once worked a night shift job that ended at 4 a.m. All right? And because of just where I lived and where the job was, I could punch out like 5 minutes early, have all my work done, punch out 5 minutes early. I could be at home in bed at 4:10 a.m., sometimes 4:05 a.m. And I would just sleep until like 10 or 11 and get up and have a regular day. So if you're working till 12 to 1 a.m., if you can get in the habit of going to bed right away, you can just live a normal life. But that means that you have very little time off to unwind after work. You just have to get used to that. Okay, what else? I peg you to be straight, Dev. Thanks, Cryptic, for the $5. Cryptic, $5. Oh, and the word straight and man is censored if used together. Thanks, Indian male Susan. Really? If you use straight and man together, it's censored? That's weird. That's weird, dude. Holsteiner, $5. The draft is a solution for moral busybodies. People who complain too much. Maybe it is. Maybe it fucking is, dude. $2 from Stug. What's the flamenco drama? I don't know what the flamenco drama is. People keep telling me that there's drama related to flamenco. I never fucking hear what it is. I don't know what's going on. $5 from Holsteiner. What does it mean to live in someone's head rent free? You could ask your old friends. To be fair, like half the time I show up in their feed first because I'm reminded of them after like a year of not thinking of them. I'm like, I wonder what the fuck those guys are doing. I go and see and they're doing the exact same shit, getting the exact same fucking 50 viewers on their videos with no change in subs after like 5 years. Like I'm the one who like thinks, and then as soon as I realize they've stagnated for a decade, I just go and laugh at them. So it's not just that I'm rent free, though I'm partially rent free. It's not just that though. Okay. Also, people keep saying the commentary community. What the fuck is the commentary community? Oh, all right. Wait, the flamenco drama is just Flam being cringe? Okay. Well, all right. Guess that's how it is. Where's the articles? We've been going on for like an hour and a half, and it's time to do the articles. Oh yeah, check this shit out. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready, you fuckos. They're actually making getting the vaccine look like an induction into a cult now. I'm not even anti-vax, but when the woman in the cult robes and the dead-eyed smile hands me the light of Lucifer, that's a no from me, dog. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit, dude. Would you take the vaccine from this woman? It's not too late to come forward for your first or second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. This is the public advertisement they ran with. Woman in like white like cult robes holding like the light of civilization, and it's like, come forward, join us, welcome. You have chosen or have been chosen to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Oh, Tidge and Bilbo are saying, finally, we can go back to chat about other things here. Let's talk about more nonsense for the next 2 hours, okay? That's what we'll do. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they're seriously doing like the come forward and get your vaccine. It's time. Look. It's like, all right, dude, sure. What the fuck? Okay. Let's talk about The Mandalorian Season 3, which, by the way, was god fucking awful. I watched it with Naomi because we both liked Mandalorian Season 1. Oh, wow, it's fast. Pedro Pascal admits he primarily does voice acting on The Mandalorian. My body wasn't up for the task. Well, also, isn't it because you were doing The Last of Us, Pedro? Is that what's going on? Jesus, this is too big now. Okay. Actor Pedro Pascal, who voices Din Djarin in the Disney Plus Mandalorian series, recently admitted he's not physically present on set and he does not act in the suit for the show. Wow. In a roundtable discussion alongside Jeff Bridges, Kieran Culkin, Damson Idris, Michael Imperioli, and Evan Peters, Pascal was asked, Pedro, you have 2 shows going on at once. Presumably you don't always have to be present for The Mandalorian? Pascal bluntly responded, correct. He was then pressed, and that can just be a voiceover? He replied, yeah. Kieran Culkin then asked, is that true? Pascal answered, for a lot of it, yeah. Culkin reacted, saying, really? I thought that was you. Lies. I kept thinking, this guy's really good. It's all a lie. Pascal then stated, there is an extended amount of experimentation, like being in the suit for a lot of it, and frankly, my body wasn't up for the task as far as like the 4 months of it. But I was in it. I was in a significant amount, an elastic amount. But now we figured it out, which is super cool, and amazingly, it gave me the opportunity to be able to go and do something else. So yeah, he only appears on set in a couple scenes with his helmet off. That's when they need him. Yeah. Do you ever watch and go, I wouldn't have done that? Like, he leaned on the thing and that's not... Do you ever have this sense of ownership of, I should have been in the suit? Or you're like, no, this is good. Pascal replied, no, I think it's great. No, I do. I think there are things that you have to let go of in terms of what can be an OCD level of attention to detail because... Bridges then jumped in saying, because we're part of a collage, man. Pascal continued, yeah, exactly, but even so much as wanting your component of that to fit perfectly into the collage, you really have to give it all up. Yep. He had his helmet off. I don't even think he had his helmet off at all during season 3. Like, not even... Like, he had it off, I think, for one scene in season 1 and a handful of scenes in season 2. But I think in season 3, he didn't have it off at all. So Pedro was just literally recording his lines wherever the fuck he was and just sending them over. Yeah, 3 men played Vader in the original trilogy. That's true, right? That's true. Like, no one knows who Vader's actors were, but everyone knows who James Earl Jones is, right? So, yeah. Yep. So Din Djarin is Pedro, and then 2 stunt doubles, Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder. Wild. Anyway, Mandalorian season 3 sucked. This is probably one reason why it sucked. I was glad to see them finally admit it. Victim offered to help kidnapper finesse trial for a bribe. What the fuck? A man was left beaten and bloody after a violent kidnapping. Then he messaged one of his kidnappers on Instagram with an offer. First, he taunted the kidnapper awaiting trial, telling him to plead guilty like a man and accept a 10-year sentence in Instagram direct messages. Minutes later, the man wrote, "Call me if you want to finesse the trial," and sent his phone number before deleting the messages. The man also offered to either lie at the trial or refuse to show up in exchange for $5,000. Your choice, my boy, the man wrote to his kidnapper. I'm auctioning off his freedom, he bragged to his friends. Like, what the? Dude. How much not to testify? 5 racks? Either you cough up the some bread or sit in the feds for the next 20 years. Your choice, my boy. I don't give a fuck. Dude. What a weird... You get kidnapped. You get the shit kicked out of you. And you decide to, like, implicate yourself in trying to get the guy who kidnapped you out of jail for money. Like, how dumb do you have... Like, how stupid... The 28-year-old man was sentenced to 1 year and 6 months in prison after the government learned of the messages. The kidnapper's legal defense turned over the Instagram screenshots to prosecutors ahead of the trial. The man's attorney described the case as one of the most unusual cases he's seen in nearly 40 years of prosecuting and defending federal criminal cases. Though his client helped secure guilty pleas from 4 of the 5 kidnappers, his Instagram messages to the 5th kidnapper resulted in his own prosecution. Prosecutors sought a lengthier sentence of 4 years and 6 months in prison. Berman said his client was treated as an accessory after the fact to his own kidnapping and faced a sentence nearly as long as the kidnappers. The judge eventually recognized the case's extraordinary nature, and he and his client are grateful for the lesser and reasonable sentence. The 5th kidnapper was finally sentenced to 10 years and 6 months in prison after pleading guilty. Like, what a fucking weird situation. Guys, if you ever got kidnapped and managed to get away, would you, like, message your kidnapper online and be like, hey, guess what? Hey, give me some money and I'll drop the case against you. Fucking weird, dude. Listen, he's hustling, you know? He's chasing that stack. 11-year-old Mississippi boy who was shot by responding police officer after calling 911 is released from the hospital. God damn. Congrats, you played yourself. An 11-year-old Mississippi boy who was shot by a police officer after he called 911 for help is recovering after being released from the hospital. The family is calling for the officer to be fired. Adrian Murray was shot in the chest by an Indianola Police Department officer early Saturday morning while the officer was responding to a domestic disturbance call at the child's home. The father, hold on. According to the mother, Nakala Murray, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Murray told CNN that the father of another of her children arrived at her home at 4 a.m. and he was irate. Concerned about her safety, Murray asked Adrian to call the police. Murray said the officer who arrived at the home had his gun drawn at the front door and asked those inside the home to come outside. Murray said that her son was shot coming around the corner of a hallway into the living room. Once he came from around the corner, he got shot. I cannot grasp why. The same cop that told him to come out of the house. Adrian did, and he got shot. He kept asking, why did he shoot me? What did I do wrong? The shooting happened within what felt like 1 to 2 minutes after the officer asked those in the house to come outside. The boy was given a chest tube and placed on a ventilator at the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson after developing a collapsed lung, fractured ribs, and a lacerated liver because of the shooting. He was released from the hospital on Wednesday. 2 other children, including Murray's daughter and 2-year-old nephew, were also in the home at the time of the shooting. So the request for body camera footage to be released was denied because it's an ongoing investigation. Body camera video has not been made public. There's apparently video of the incident from a nearby gas station as well. They're still looking into it. The officer involved in the shooting is named Greg Capers. We didn't provide any additional details in the shooting. They placed Capers on administrative leave while shooting is investigated. That's pretty normal. They're going to assess the critical incident and gather evidence and return over the findings to the state attorney general's office after the investigation is complete. Damn. Medics were very attentive. Adrian came within an inch of losing his life. It's not okay for a cop to do this and get away with it. Like, what the fuck, guys? Unless there's some more information here that we don't know. This kid calls 911 because an ex of his mother is, like, violent in the house. The cops show up and shoot the kid. This is fucked up, guys. This is fucked up. Oh yeah. Have you seen this stuff? Why is no one talking about how if you see a black woman in a game, there's about 30% chance it's this same bug-eyed retard? This is Deborah Wilson. She was Seer Junda in Jedi Fallen Order, Bellet Crow in Forspoken, General Lyons in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Grace Walker in Wolfenstein, Amanda Waller in Suicide Squad. Yeah, it's starting to become very strange. You keep seeing the same actors and actresses show up in multiple games. Like, why does it got to be this woman's face? Why is it always her? You know what I mean? Why is it always her? Why couldn't you just do the voice and have a character look like someone not like you? Is it because they did the face scan for Jedi Fallen Order and they just kept using it in every other game? Because they already had it, so fuck it, why not? She's the Mad TV lady. Maybe she's cheap on the Unity asset store. Wolfenstein lady, yeah. You know, there are other famous voice actors who appear in games that don't necessarily look like the person. All right. Let's see here. At high school debates, debate is no longer allowed. At national tournaments, judges are making their stances clear. Students who argue that capitalism can reduce poverty or Israel has a right to defend itself will lose, no questions asked. What the fuck, dude? My 4 years on a high school debate team in Broward County, Florida, taught me to challenge ideas, question assumptions, and think outside the box. It also helped me overcome a terrible childhood stutter. And I wasn't half bad. I placed 9th my first time at the National Speech and Debate Association Nationals, 6th at the Harvard National, and I was runner-up at the Emory National. After college, between 2017 and 2019, I coached a debate team at an underprivileged high school in Miami. There, I witnessed the pillars of high school debate start to crumble. Since then, the decline has continued. From a competition that rewards evidence and reasoning to one that punishes students for what they say and how they say it. Holy shit. First, some background. Imagine a high school sophomore on the debate team. She's been given her topic about a month in advance, but she won't know who her judge is until hours before her debate round. During that time squeeze, perhaps she'll pace the halls like I did in the 2012 national tournament in Indianapolis. She'll scroll on her phone to look up her judge's name on Tabroom, a public database of judges maintained by the NSDA. This is where judges post paradigms, which explain what they look for during a debate. If a judge prefers the competitors not spread, speak a mile a minute, debaters will moderate their pace. If a judge emphasizes impacts, the reasons why an argument matters, debaters will adjust accordingly. But let's say when the high school sophomore clicks Tabroom, she sees that her judge is Lila Lavender, the 2019 National Debate Champion, whose paradigm reads, "Before anything else, including before being a debate judge, I am a Marxist-Leninist Maoist. I cannot check the revolutionary proletarian science at the door when I'm judging. I will no longer evaluate and thus never vote for rightist, capitalist, imperialist positions and arguments. Examples of arguments of this nature are as follows: fascism good, capitalism good, imperialist war good, neoliberalism good, defense of the U.S. or otherwise bourgeois nationalism, Zionism, or normalizing Israel or colonialism is good. U.S. white fascist policing is good, etc." Like, this is literally just saying, if you do not present my political point of view, you lose. That's what it is. That's what it is. She should obviously not be a judge, yeah. How does that sophomore feel as she walks into her debate round? How will knowing that information about the judge change the way she makes her case? Traditionally, high school students would have encountered a judge like former West Point debater Henry Smith, whose paradigm asks students to focus on clarity over speed, and reminds them that every argument should explain exactly how they win the debate. In the past few years, though, judges with paradigms tainted by politics and ideology are becoming common. Debate judge Shubham Gupta's paradigm reads, "If you are discussing immigrants in a round and describe the person as illegal, I will immediately stop the round and give you the loss with low speaker points, give you a stern lecture, and then talk to your coach. I will not have you making the debate space feel unsafe." Debate judge Kriti Sharma concurs, under her list of things that will cause you to automatically lose. Number 3 is referring to immigrants as illegal. Should a high school student automatically lose and be publicly humiliated for using a term that's not only ubiquitous in media and politics, but accurate? Obviously not, but here we are. Once students have been exposed to enough of these partisan paradigms, they internalize that point of view and adjust their arguments going forward. That's why you rarely see students present arguments in favor of capitalism, defending Israel, or challenging affirmative action. Most students choose not to fight this coercion. They see it as a necessary evil that's required to win debates and secure the accolades, scholarships, and college acceptance letters that can come with winning. On paper, the NSDA rejects what Lavender, Gupta, and Sharma are doing. Its rules state that judges should decide the round as it's debated, not based on personal beliefs. Founded in 1925, the NSDA chooses the debate topics and facilitates hundreds of tournaments, including the annual national tournament starting June 11th in Arizona, where 6,000 students from across the country will compete. The NSDA did not respond to emails and phone calls asking for comment. A random scroll through Tabroom reveals there are still sane judges out there. I've been a trial lawyer for 25 years, reads Amanda Marshall's paradigm. I like clash, quality evidence from qualified sources, comparative analysis, and crystallization in last rebuttals. Don't take anything for granted. You have to explain your arguments, why your evidence is compelling, and how the arguments weigh in the round. It's your job to persuade me and communicate your positions in a way that is effective. That's how you'll win my ballot. I don't like whining, personal attacks, dominance, aggression, and disrespect. I do appreciate professionalism, kindness, and integrity. Or this paradigm from debate judge Stephen McCartney. My favorite debates are rigorous but friendly. I actually appreciate when one debater accepts one of their opponent's arguments as valid, but still persuades me that they should win the round. I will make my decision based on who is the most persuasive, but persuading me will be done by showing with evidence that one side upholds their value and criterion better than the other side. In order to do this, a debater must speak slowly and clearly enough for me to hear and understand their arguments. Unfortunately for students and parents, there are countless judges at tournaments across the country whose biased paradigms disqualify them from being impartial judges. From I will drop America First framing in a heartbeat to I will listen to conservative arguments but be careful, judges are making it clear they are not only tilting the debate in a left-wing direction, they will also penalize students who don't adhere to their ideology. In the past year, Lindsay Schrodeck has judged over 120 students at tournaments in Massachusetts, New York, and New Jersey. The NSDA has certified her with its Cultural Competency Badge, which indicates she has completed a brief online training module in evaluating students with consideration for their identity and cultural background. Until last month, her paradigm told debaters, if you are white, don't run arguments with impacts that primarily affect POCs. These arguments should belong to the communities they affect. Recently, her paradigm was updated to eliminate that quote. When I asked Schrodeck why, she told me she didn't eliminate the idea itself, and that she doesn't know if it's exactly my place to say what arguments will or won't make marginalized communities feel unsafe in the debate space. I disagree. In debate, unsafe conversations should be encouraged, even celebrated. How better for young people from all backgrounds to bridge the divide that tears us apart and discover what unites us? The debate that I knew taught me to think and learn and care about issues that affected people differently from me. Wow. Is there any more that's interesting here? Oh. One judge gives people of color priority in her debates. In general, students voluntarily and mutually disclose their evidence to their opponents before the debate round, as both teams benefit from spending more time with their team's evidence. But this person's name is X Braithwaite, who's judged 169 debate rounds with 340 students, has her own disclosure policy in her paradigm, which uses a racial epithet. 1. Niggas don't have to disclose to you. 2. Disclose to niggas. Wow. This person sounds fucking terrible. This is racial discrimination, of course. If you're black, you get to keep your evidence to yourself and have a competitive advantage. If you're not black, you must disclose all of your evidence to your opponent and accept a competitive disadvantage. Students who win under this rubric may view their victory as flawed, as if their win isn't a reflection of their hard work. Those who lose may view this as the singular reason for their loss, even if it wasn't. Students suffer, and so does the sportsmanship and camaraderie that high school debate was once known for. What the fuck, dude? It's not just that certain arguments are no longer welcome, it's also the students who make them. At the 2018 NSDA National Tournament in Fort Lauderdale, a student was publicly ridiculed by peers for making conservative arguments. She later posted an open letter from a deplorable shitbag on Reddit, which read, "To the judges and students wearing fuck Trump shirts, tears stream down my face as I write this. I have never felt so hurt in my entire life. I really did not appreciate your words towards me after the round. I did not appreciate the spectators and competitors wearing shirts with matching sentiments, with you following me to my next rounds. I understand that I speak fast sometimes, and that I often unknowingly use words that offend certain groups of people. Also, I'm sorry that my attire did not fit your standards." Like, this is just ridiculous, isn't it? During my time as coach, I saw many students lose interest and quit. They had enough of being told what they could and couldn't say. A black student I coached was told by the debate judge that he would have won his round if he hadn't condemned Black Lives Matter. In 2019, I gave up on the NSDA and formed a new debate league, Incubate Debate. To judge debates, we recruit elected officials, members of the armed forces, business executives, faith-based leaders, and others. At the 18 no-cost tournaments we've hosted this year, thousands of students have come together to debate, have fun, and learn from each other. Oh, hold on. They actually managed to, one day after the story was published, the NSDA released a statement. Hold on. Let's read the statement. Let's read the statement, guys. This is a long-ass statement. I'll just read his brief then. Our judge training materials, in partnership with the National Federation of State High School Associations, provide best practices for adjudicating speech and debate, such as judges should decide the round as it is debated, not based on their personal beliefs. Tabroom.com is a project of the National Speech and Debate Association, and its purpose is to provide a tournament management system for debate and speech tournaments worldwide. The 47,000 judge paradigms housed therein represent the opinions and viewpoints of the individual paradigm authors. Schools or other organizations that use Tabroom.com to hire judges are free to evaluate those paradigms before engaging their services. Okay, so the NSDA is saying, listen, it ain't our fault. Each individual debate can choose what judges it wants out of this database. I think that's what they're saying. Sammy G says, my partner is black, and just to win some points back, she had to talk about her black struggle, which isn't believing. Oh, I didn't know that you were a lesbian, Sammy. Okay. But all right. There we go. This is like a more blatant example of like the subversion of a neutral process, because liberalism isn't neutral in their view, so they feel obligated, like morally obligated to do this. Oh wait, Sammy, you're in Miami. Sammy, you gotta go on Fresh and Fit. They're in Miami. Let's keep going. People are sick and tired of all their subscriptions. Consumers are rethinking their relationship to subscriptions, and so are companies. We're finally... Oh, I have to subscribe. Oh, well. Do you speak Spanish? You are now transphobic. The absurdity of gender ideology has led to incredible claims from pockets of establishment media. Now, according to one left-wing professor, the entire Spanish-speaking world is transphobic. Writing for the San Francisco Chronicle, Professor Sebastian Ferrada declared that the refusal by Latinos to use the activist creations, Latinx or Latine, in order to degender the word is transphobic. The linguistic debate on Latinx serves as a useful example to understand the transphobia prevalent in our community. The insistence on rejecting the use of Latinx is a transphobic act. This means essentially that the entire Spanish-speaking world is transphobic. Multiple polls have shown in the US, where you would expect such activist-created terms would gain the most footing, just 2% of Hispanics identify as Latinx. 40% of Hispanics find the term offensive, which shouldn't be a surprise given that it has been pushed on them by white liberals. Wow. So Ferrada says, what is most striking about these debates is that they rarely, if ever, center the voices and experiences of the transgender, non-binary, and gender-fluid Latine people. Hold on, isn't Latine like an old school word for a toilet? Am I thinking that right? Isn't there like a Middle Ages word for a toilet that was Latine? Okay. Spanish must move to gender-inclusive language so that it can acknowledge that trans people do in fact exist. It's fucking stupid, dude. Fucking dumb. What was the original article? Yeah. Rejecting the use of Latinx is transphobic, says the professor. Did you guys watch my Latinx video back in the day? It's like last year or something? Of course, this entire thing is just, you're transphobic if you don't use Latinx. All right, you understand? All of you spanoids out there who are listening, you're all transphobes. And you need to understand that. Oh, it's latrine. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Elementary school librarian, 31 years old, who spray painted groomer across DC during Pride Week and Drag Story Hour, is arrested for having a stash of child pornography and a child-sized doll in his bed. What the fuck? A former elementary school librarian was arrested after police found a stash of child pornography on his computer and a child-sized doll in his bed. Charles Sutherland, 31 years old, was charged in February following a nearly 7-month-long police search of his laptop, which was seized from his Tacoma Park home in June. Sutherland was previously arrested last year after allegedly spray painting the anti-LGBT term groomer onto the New Carlton Library and the Greenbelt Library during Pride 2022. So, this guy seems to be like nominally on the right wing. He's very anti-LGBT. He's spray painting groomer around, and it turns out that he has child porn himself. Good job. During the search, Sutherland told police he didn't have nieces or nephews, and he openly confessed to having child porn. Okay. He was then placed on leave from Northview Elementary School and never returned. The findings on his computer in January revealed that he downloaded 7 files of child porn. He is being held without bond as he awaits trial for child pornography charges. Okay. So yeah, groomer spray painted. Yep. He did this. Groomer. Sutherland's arrest documents from his vandalism scheme showed that he likely attacked the 2 libraries due to their support of the LGBTQ community. A year before the attack, in 2021, Sutherland sent a letter to the Prince George's County Memorial Library System that read, "I am asking you to humbly reconsider celebrating Pride Month next year, or at least refrain from making pride displays for small children." And the reason is because typically they are too young to understand vital parts of sexuality, like the sex act, the differences between the sexes, etc. So, this guy seems to be on the anti-LGBT train, ends up having child porn himself. Well, all right. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you stay as far as possible from the discourse? Because he's retarded. Because he's a moron. Luminous Productions is shutting down. It'll be folded back into Square Enix. They only made 2 games. They made, I think, Final Fantasy 15, and they made Forspoken. Forspoken's a giant fucking failure. So, Luminous Productions is no more, guys. R.I.P. Square Enix announced they have shut down Forspoken developer Luminous Productions, and they're rolling its staff back into the main company. The merger is part of the company's efforts to further bolster the competitive prowess of the group's development studios, a goal set forth under its current medium-term business strategy. Let's see. Square Enix has developed numerous AAA high-definition games and possesses a wealth of intellectual property and content. Luminous Productions is meanwhile equipped not only with AAA title development capabilities, but also technical expertise in areas such as game engine development. Combining the 2 entities will further enhance the group's ability to develop HD games. So here's an update from Luminous Productions. You may have heard that the news that Luminous Productions is merging with Square Enix. Beginning on May 1st, our talented team will join Square Enix to deliver new, innovative gaming experiences to players across the globe. Between now and then, we remain entirely focused on Forspoken. We are currently working on the previously announced patch to address overall game performance, and the DLC, In Tanta We Trust, is on track for release this summer. Thank you for your patience and support. Well, we all saw that coming, right? We all saw that coming after the fucking failure of Forspoken. What is it with the child porn stuff today, guys? Sammy G, Final Fantasy VII is going to suck, and you know it. The next one is going to suck. Patriot Front member pleads guilty to child pornography charges in Utah and faces 30 years in prison after FBI found explicit pictures on his phone when the extremist was arrested at Drag Queen Story Hour riot a year ago. Jared Boyce faces 30 years behind bars after pleading guilty to child pornography charges. What the fuck, dude? A member of the far-right group Patriot Front has pleaded guilty to child pornography stemming from his arrest protesting a Pride event last year. Jared Boyce, 28 years old, faces 30 years behind bars after confessing to 9 felony counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, as well as sending a picture of his genitals to a 16-year-old girl. The pedophile was one of 31 Patriot Front members who were arrested last year on their way to intercepting a gay pride event. Following his arrest, a search of his phone by the FBI uncovered a slew of disturbing images, leading him to reportedly confess to his crimes to investigators. I think pedophiles are actually stupid. Like, you're walking around with your phone on you, dude. With your fucking phone on you. And your child porn's on your phone. And you're just walking around with that shit. Like, how low IQ do you have to be to do that? Here he is getting arrested. Boyce's arrest came as Patriot Front members attempted to storm a gay pride parade in June of 2022. Dressed in the usual Patriot outfit of tan pants, navy shirt, and white mask, the men were seen before their arrest in riot gear in a rented U-Haul truck. So here's the issue. People are saying that Patriot Front is a Fed organization, right? Like, it's all made up by feds. Fed. If true, if this was just a group of glowies, like, why would you do this? This makes it even dumber. See, this is why I'm actually inclined to think that Patriot Front's probably a real group. It's just full of morons. Like, You don't need to explain it by saying, oh, it's a conspiracy by the feds and they're all glowies and they're here to make the right wing look bad. No, they could just be retarded. They could just be retarded, right? A tip-off from the public allowed police to intercept them before they made it to the LGBTQ event. They wanted to go there because they called them groomers. They wanted to spark a riot. They wanted to reclaim America. And he had child porn on his fucking phone. Okay, dude. All right. Patient killed and paramedic in critical condition after an ambulance explodes. Holy shit. This is in Hawaii, guys. In Kailua, Hawaii. A patient is dead and a paramedic is in critical condition after an ambulance reportedly exploded while entering Adventist Health Castle in Kailua. Rattled hospital staff told the press that the situation was unprecedented and the cause of the explosion is unknown. HPD and Honolulu Fire remained on the scene. Kaboom. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Authorities say that Ulukaki Street was shut down because of the incident. Details about the incident have not been released. The cause of the incident has not been released. They're not saying anything. The city and county of Honolulu held a 10 p.m. news conference at Castle Medical Center regarding the incident. So we have no information. It just blew up. Out of nowhere, ambulance explodes. Okay. Hold on, will playing the video help? No, this is just the news report, isn't it? Do you have a video of the explosion in here? Is it just talking? It's just talking. Okay, don't care. But yeah. Kaboom, guys! It fucking went. Feminist professor who vandalized a pro-life table is fired after holding a machete to a reporter's neck. People are going insane, guys. Like, we actually are living in clown world. Like, people are walking around with child porn on their phones, not fucking thinking. People are holding machetes to reporters' necks. Like, people are fucking stuff is exploding out of nowhere. It's like, what the fuck? Like, people are insane right now. Okay, I'm sure it's not like as widespread as it feels like, but like, man, everything seems fucking wild right now. Okay. A New York City art professor accused of vandalizing a pro-life student display and later threatening two journalists with a machete has been fired from her job. Shelly-Ann Rodriguez of the Bronx was an adjunct assistant professor of art at Hunter College, a public taxpayer-funded school under the City University of New York. On Tuesday, a college spokesman told the Catholic News Agency that Rodriguez's actions were unacceptable and she was fired. Hunter College strongly condemns the unacceptable actions of Shelly-Ann Rodriguez and has taken immediate action. Rodriguez has been relieved of her duties at Hunter College effective immediately and will not be returning to teach at the school. Okay, so people talk about cancel culture, right? You know, people getting fired because a video of them being kind of an asshole goes viral. You know, you have like the city bike girl who ended up being innocent. There's that one guy who like stole a wig while he was drunk from some lady and like he got fired. But like the argument has always been that if you're off the clock, it shouldn't matter what you do. Like, it's not your business's business. But I wonder if it comes to holding a machete to someone's fucking neck, maybe that's a bit beyond the pale. Maybe it's okay to cancel someone like that, you know? Like, I don't know. I got to think about it. I mean, to be fair, she should be arrested. And then if you're arrested, you can't attend work and then you're fired, right? Like, that makes sense. But to be fired for doing this off the job, I don't know. It's obviously bad. It's obviously fucking insane, though, right? If you commit assault and get fired, it's not cancel culture. Yeah, exactly, right? So the college began investigating Rodriguez after Students for Life of America published a video showing her shouting profanities at two pro-life students and then vandalizing their information table. That video went viral. A New York Post reporter and photographer said they went to Rodriguez's home to ask her about the confrontation when she threatened them with a machete. Okay, hold on. This is different now because she's now at her house, right? Like, even if the guy was a reporter, if he refused to leave, it is reasonable to pull out a weapon and say, "Get the fuck off my property." Like, it's your private domain. That's reasonable at this point. So, hold on. When reporter Reuven Fenton knocked on the door and identified himself, Rodriguez shouted, "Get the fuck away from my door, or I'm going to chop you up with this machete." Rodriguez opened the door holding the machete and then alarmingly put the blade to the reporter's neck. Okay, so that's like too quick. Like, I think courts have ruled that, like, you can reasonably go up to a door and knock on it without being attacked. But if the person says, "Go away," and then you refuse to leave, then you're trespassing. In a video published by the Post, the photographer of Fenton says, "Let's get out of here. You can't do that." And they quickly leave the building. Rodriguez goes back into her apartment. Is there a video? Where's the video? This is the video. Let's see. Okay, they're walking. These are reporters, I guess. Oh no, it's on the street. It's not even at her house. It's on the fucking street. She has the machete on the fucking street, dude. And they're just chasing. Oh my god. Like, this is insane. Oh, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Yeah, this is like far beyond just being at your door, obviously. Dude. I mean, that's one way to handle door-to-door salesmen, you know? That's it. Yeah, that's it. Wild. This is in New York, man. This isn't like a UK knife attack, machete attack thing. This is in New York. You know what? Let's save the last 4 for later because I gotta go. I gotta skedaddle soon. Thanks very much for all the supports, fellas and ladies. Very appreciated. I love you guys. Let me read them supers now before we get out of here because I've hit 3:30. 3:30 is my go time. Also, who can we raid? Who's currently streaming? Who's currently online? Wait, hold on. Who's currently online? Is Chud Logic still online? Is Adam and Sitch online? Who's currently online? Let's see. Chud Logic is online. We'll go raid Chud. Hold on, guys. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. I'll read the super chats real quick. Get your coffees ready. We're going to go spam coffee emotes at Chud Logic, okay? Get your coffees ready. Get them ready. We're going. We're going. Okay, let's read these super chats before we get out of here. And thanks very much for all the support. You guys are truly the most excellent community. And unlike the people that I talked about earlier, I'm happy to actually have one. Okay, I'm going to stop being petty. Crow Raptor. Latinx is linguistic imperialism, like how Spaniards did to the natives. One is bad, but the other is fine because the gringo is a prog. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Holsteiner, Dev, you can't kill people for mere trespass. You need to be in reasonable fear for your life. And I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. $20, Hylian Juggalo. I was in Comic-Con in KC, and a person who was credited as a writer on Forspoken didn't know it was the cause of the studio shutdown. Tail, this person credited as a writer didn't actually write anything. What? What the fuck, dude? That's wild. Emperor Creatine, $10. Guys, spray painting groomer on schools and libraries has the exact same energy as black people spray painting Nazi slogans on their churches or hanging nooses in their dorm rooms. I mean, it's possible that he was doing a false flag, but we have no proof of that, right? Holtzner, $2. Yeah, he was false flagging. Yeah, we need more proof. We need more proof to say that. Holtzner, $10. I love how Dev makes surprise Pikachu noises at these things when it's obvious our institutions have been corrupted. This is the norm. Get used to it. Liberalism let this happen. Well, it's time for us to be more proactively liberal and root out this fucking nonsense. $50 from Yoru Imya. Thanks very much, dude. Very appreciated. Amazing. Holtzner for $2. This will make the left weaker at arguing. It will. But here's the thing. If the left has power, they don't think they have to argue. And they're probably like half true on that. Yoru Imya for $20. Thanks very much, dude. I'm torn between supporting cops and hating cops and stuff. Like, this really makes it really hard to keep a neutral mind about things. Well, cops, like everything else, they have good cops and bad cops, right? Like, no institution is truly, like, perfectly good or perfectly evil. Stug, $5. I like how you prepare these articles beforehand and then act surprised with the headlines. I prepare them, then I don't look at them for a few days, so I can be surprised. Taras Shavenko for $10. All this talk about sleep cycles. My coworker used to serve in a sub where they have 18-hour days, 6 hours on duty, 6 hours off, and 6 sleeping. When you don't have sunlight, I guess that can work. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. But hold on, don't you need 24? I guess it doesn't matter. Hylian Juggalo, $5. For all the flack you give the 90s Christians, what do you do when the world decided let's prove them correct? I say that having grown up like you. You find the middle ground. The 90s Christians were still wrong about some things. We don't need to go back to what they were wrong about just because new people are being wrong now, right? I think that's all of them. That's all the supers. Thanks very much, guys. You guys are the best community ever. Get your coffee cups ready. Coffees. Let's go spam Chud Logic. I'll see you over there, guys. I'm heading out of town. I'll be back in town Tuesday. I'll see you on Tuesday for TikTok Tuesday. Have a good one, guys. I love you.